Okay, so not too long ago, I got on a call with my friend, and he was just talking to me about his progress in his business, and his progress towards his goals. He was talking about how he's getting a lot more clients, he's making a lot more progress, getting on more calls with people, and I was like, wow, he's really getting ahead. He's really making it towards his goals and everything. And well, we both run a coaching business, and there was a time where we both lost traction, where we kind of just slacked off a lot on our business, but he picked himself up faster than I did. He, in fact, picked himself up first. And that drove me to also thinking, like, you know what? I should also get back into this. I should be a bit more intensive in my work. And so, yeah, I started working on it as well. I started getting on calls with people. I started getting more clients and everything. Just trying to get some action again in the business. And every weekend, me and him would get on calls and we would talk about our progress in the business. And he would ask me about my progress. He's like, hey, man, how's business going? And I'd think in the back of my head, like, damn, I don't really have much to say. Like, I guess I just say something honest. I'll just be honest and say, yeah, I'm taking small steps. I'm making like steady progress. And I ask him, how is his business going? And he would tell me, oh man, I've got a lot more clients. I'm working on this guy, got a testimony. And I'm like, damn, this makes my work look like it's just ordinary work. And now I didn't feel insulted, and I did not feel any sort of envy towards him or jealousy. Like, damn, he's doing better than me. I hate him. I don't know, think like that. I was like, I really got to get ahead. I really need to pick myself back up. And that just started making me think, like, there's a sort of competition that goes on between me and him, and it's healthy competition. It's a healthy rivalry. And I was thinking, if it weren't for that, I would not have had made as much as progress as I did in my business today. I would not have made it at all. I would not even be making this YouTube video. In fact, because of him, I started making YouTube videos, right? So, in a sense, he started posting YouTube videos first, and I was like, I want to get into this as well. And I started getting into it. I want to be in a competition with him. Now, I'm not trying to one-up him. I'm not trying to show him that, hey, you suck, bro, I'm better. That's not the case, and that should never be the case if you're trying to do some sort of competition with anyone. But, it really made me think that it made me think of a quote that I heard from some businessman. I forgot who it is, but it was on YouTube. He said something along the lines of, no business succeeds unless you have a friend alongside with you to push you or run it with you. Something like that. And I thought, that's really true, right? Like, if it weren't for my friend, I wouldn't have made as much as progress as I did right now. I would have probably made progress, but probably not as much. And this is sort of the case with almost anything, not just business. There was a time where we would push each other to wake up early, fulfill our tasks of the day, and if we didn't, we'd have to pay each other $5, $10, right? Something like that. And it was sort of like a competition between me and him on who could get the most amount of money, who could complete the most amount of tasks, right? And it wasn't like we were at each other's throats. Like, hey man, you suck. I'm doing better at improving myself and getting my business done than you. That should not be the case ever. And there have been times where I was ahead of him, and there have been times where he was ahead of me, like right now. And it's just making me think that there's a lot of people out there who run their businesses solo. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's good, that you can find a way to push yourself to work on your business every day. But it's a lot more better if you could have a friend paired alongside that. Like, imagine you had a really close friend pushing you or competing with you on trying to do better, right? And not in like a bitchy way or anything, just more like pushing each other. If most business owners had a friend alongside them, I feel like there would be a lot more progress being done. because you have someone pushing you. And it doesn't have to only be business, it could just be for the gym, waking up early, pursuing a hobby, anything, right? And I feel like it doesn't have to be a friend, but if it's just someone close to you, you should both have some sort of competition with each other. And that's exactly what me and my friend have. And that's why he made as progress as he did, and I made as progress as I did. I probably would have made progress, he would have probably made progress as well if it weren't for any of us being involved with each other. But the fact that we both were involved with each other is what made it a lot more enjoyable, made it a lot more worth of pursuing. And so, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of this video, is just to say that have some healthy competition around you. Could be with anyone, it doesn't have to be with business. If it is though, good. I mean, you're pushing yourself a lot more faster. But if it's for working out, you're still pushing yourself a lot more faster and harder. And yeah, that's just what's great about healthy competition, and I'm glad I have it. So yeah, find someone that you can get that going with, because I promise you, you'd make a lot more progress because you have accountability. Because if you guys are going to get on a call later on, you guys are going to have to show some sort of concrete evidence to each other that, hey, I did the work. And that's exactly where I was put into the spot in that call, because I did not make as much as progress as he did. And I couldn't just make up a lie, because he can see what I'm doing as well, right? Because we're pretty much in the same communities. We're doing pretty much the same thing. We both run a coaching business. And so it's like, I cannot lie my way through and say, hey man, I'm actually doing really good. He can see very well what I'm doing, right? And so it creates an accountability, and it creates a need for you to not show that you're failing, because nobody likes to show that they're failing. And so yeah, I feel like if it weren't for that competition, I would not have picked myself back up from that rut, that moment where I was slacking off a lot. So yeah, having competition is huge accountability. So yeah, that's all. I feel like I repeated myself a lot, but it's a video. Bye bye.